Interference of light. Interference of light. What is wave? What are wave parameters? What is principle of superposition? What is interference of light? Wave is a periodic disturbance of particles. Wave parameters: wavelength, amplitude, frequency, time period, phase. Wavelength. Wavelength can be defined as the distance between two successive crests or troughs of a wave. Amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum displacement of the particle from its mean position to extreme position. Frequency. Frequency is the number of oscillations per second. Time period. Time period is the time taken for one complete oscillation. Phase. Phase can be expressed as relative displacement between or among waves having the same frequency. Principle of superposition. This principle states that the resultant displacement of a particle of the medium acted upon by two or more waves simultaneously is the algebraic sum of the displacements of the same particle due to individual waves in the absence of the other. Interference of light. When two light waves superimpose, then the resultant amplitude or intensity in the region of superposition is different than the amplitude or intensity of individual waves. This modification in the distribution of intensity in the region of superposition is called interference. Interference. The phenomenon of redistribution of energy due to superposition of light waves from two coherent sources is called interference. Constructive interference. In constructive interference, the amplitude of the resultant wave is greater than that of either individual wave. Destructive interference. In destructive interference, the amplitude of the resultant wave is less than that of either individual wave. Conditions to get interference pattern. Conditions for interference. To observe interference in light waves, the following two conditions must be met. The sources must be coherent. They must maintain a constant phase with respect to each other. The sources should be monochromatic. Monochromatic means they have a single wavelength. In physics, two wave sources are perfectly coherent if they have a constant phase difference and the same frequency and the same waveform. Types of interference: constructive interference, destructive interference. Constructive interference means when crust of a first wave falls on the crust of another wave, it gives the constructive interference. When crust of a first wave falls on the trough of another wave, it gives the destructive interference. Interference pattern. In this picture, S1 and S2 are acts as two coherent sources. The light coming from these sources are interfere to each other, and the interference pattern is obtained on the screen in the form of a bright and dark fringes. Crust falls on the crust, that gives the constructive interference pattern in the form of a bright. Wherever the crust falls on the trough, it gives the destructive interference in the form of a dark fringe.